was drafted by the Tennessee Titans. He's played for the the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Colts, the Steelers. And some of you got to see Rocky's Super Bowl ring from when he won a Super Bowl with the Indianapolis Colts. Rocky is a picture of hard work and determination, and what hard work and determination can do for you and how it can pay off. We're very, very honored and lucky to have him here today. So ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rocky Boyman.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys having me out today. I gotta tell you, right when I first walked up, seeing the tug-of-war competition over there was some of the best effort and best competition I've seen in a while, so congratulations to all you guys. I want to thank Ben James for having me out. We've known each other various times and a while over the years. And one thing, a couple of things I wanted to share with you today is, first of all, just the importance of exercise and physical activity in continuing this throughout the summer. You've had a great field day here today, and how many of you out there right now feel good, just have a good feeling inside them from competing out there? Absolutely. I would encourage you the rest of this summer, your teachers would, and everybody to continue to be active. It's very, very important, not only for your physical health, but also for your mental health. There's few certainties in life, and one of them is the benefits of exercise and how it can help you throughout down the road.
Sure, I'm going to go without this because a lot of echo and I can't concentrate. So anyway, back to what I was saying. There's few certainties in life. One of them is the fact that exercise can really help you as you go on down the road through life, and the lessons is that it teaches you. Just like that tug-of-war competition right there. It takes a lot of effort and a lot of determination, but the rewards you get out of it. And I know myself, sports and exercise have always been a big part of my life. I played football since I was this big, and one thing that I've always learned from it is that sports and exercise and being active is such a microcosm for real life. Because there's a lot of times there's obstacles, there's roadblocks and things that you will come about in life that you're going to have to overcome. Just like a sport, just like a competition, just like that tug-of-war competition. You may not win, but the important thing is the lessons you learn from it and preparing yourself for the things you're going to come around later in life. And one thing about life too, there's going to be disappointments. I know myself, quick story, I played 4 years in the NFL, and I went and I signed a contract with the Dallas Cowboys. And I lived down there, and played down there, and went to the very end of training camp, and the very end of training camp I was released. They fired me and said, "Rocky, you're not good enough to play for the Dallas Cowboys." So I went home feeling terrible about myself. I'd come all this way, I'd moved such a long way and put my heart and soul into this thing, everything I had. At the end of the day, they said I wasn't good enough to play for the Dallas Cowboys. So I had a real kind of a moment in my life where it was a real turning point, I think. I had a choice. Was I either going to pack it in, was I going to quit, was I going to go home, or was I going to pick myself back up and try to succeed? And it took a lot of talking with myself. I turned to my loved ones, I turned to my family, and kind of got some advice, and the choice that I made and in talking with everybody was, look, this isn't how it's going to end for me. This is not how I'm going to ride off in the sunset here and great, you played 4 years and that's it. I was determined that this was not going to be the end, but just the beginning. So I hung in there. 24 hours later, I get a call from Tony Dungy of the Indianapolis Colts. He says, "Rock, it's a shame what happened, whatever, but we really think we could use you. We really think you could be a benefit to this team and help us out." Long story short, I go on with the Colts, have a great year, and we win a Super Bowl. And the lesson to be learned there is sometimes in life you don't know how everything is going to end up. What may seem like a huge disappointment at the time can turn out to be a blessing in disguise. You know, and had I packed it in right now, and the Colts had won the Super Bowl, and I don't know how I would feel right now. I'd be like, man, I missed out on this opportunity. So you never know how things are going to end up. All you can do is keep working hard, keep chopping wood, and keep doing what you do to better yourself every day. Because the rewards of a bad situation can sometimes be greater than the situation that you thought of at the first time when you went through it. So I would encourage you, just hang in there, guys. Life is tough. It's a tough thing. And the other thing I would encourage you to do is be leaders out there. One thing I see as an adult now is kind of the lack of leadership, you know, in our country, in our society, and everything. And that's up to you guys to step into those roles, to be leaders, to be the ones that say, hey, I'm not going to do the drugs, or I am going to go to school, I am going to study hard, I am going to be a leader on my team. It takes a lot of courage, guys. It's not an easy thing to do to be a leader. It's one of the hardest things in the world. That's why there's not a lot of great leaders out there. It's hard. So I encourage you to do the hard things. You know, do those hard things and you will one day be rewarded, I promise you. And I would just to get back to what when I first started talking about, participate in things, teams, sports, you know, group activities, join the YMCA, swimming, all these things, being active out there helps you. You know, you learn from your friends, you become a leader, you show these kinds of qualities. So I encourage you to do this the rest of the summer and on into the next year, and you'll have a very happy, successful life. That's really all I got. Anybody have any questions about anything? No, the Colts this year, they lost the Super Bowl. I won the Super Bowl with them in 2006 versus the Bears. Favorite team to play on? I would have to probably say the Colts, because we won the Super Bowl and just playing with a lot of great guys. Tony Dungy was a great coach, a great leader, just like I talked about before, a guy who always had to make tough decisions, but never wavered, never faltered in his character. Playing with great guys, Peyton Manning, spectacular quarterback, but more importantly, a spectacular guy. Right there, young lady, right there. I was number 50. I was fortunate in my 8-year career, I was number 50 every place I was at. 14. That doesn't happen much. Right here, young lady. How long was I playing? 8 years. I've played, really, if you count all the years up, I started football when I was 7 years old. So I believe that's 22 years I played football. From the time I was this big to now. That's a lot of playing, a lot of aches and pains.
They go up there on the track.
What position were you? I'm a linebacker. Yeah. Linebacker. I played, safety in high school and then into college, and I became a linebacker in college into the NFL. Were my coaches ever mean to me? Great question. Yes and no. Sometimes, like I said, that's the hard part about being a leader. Sometimes you have to make those hard decisions. You got to inspire people, and there's certain ways to inspire people. And sometimes those ways include, getting on somebody and being yelled at. But what you have to do, and I'm sure at some point if you're yelled at by your mom or dad or your teachers, all you can do is learn from that experience and take the lessons they try to teach you. Because it's not, don't focus on the tone of the voice and the yelling, but just the message that they're trying to get at. And that's what I tried to do as a coach. And believe me, it's tough. I absolutely didn't realize that, but I would encourage you to do that. Give me 2 more. One right here. Now you're good. Why would you say you're better now than when you weren't good? Real. That's great. What's your name?
Story.
Morgan. So would you say you had to practice and learn and overcome your fears and to become better at your sport? Absolutely. That's a great lesson that she just learned. You got to practice. Sometimes it's hard. She could have made the choice to quit and say, I don't want to play soccer anymore. But she didn't. She worked hard, and for that, you're to be commended. Right there. Colts was, I'd say. Yeah. One more. Right there. Green shirt. Best friend on my teams. That's tough. When I played with the Colts, Peyton Manning was a good friend of mine. A linebacker, Keith Bullock, I'm sure you guys have heard of from Tennessee Titans. He's still a very good friend of mine to this day. Met a lot of very good people, a lot of good football players. All right, guys, I really appreciate having me out.
Boys and girls, have a seat real quick before we wrap up today. Mercer students.